So you don't want to be falling victim to any of the bullshit that's online. And you don't want to take the wrong message from what I'm teaching or from my examples. You got to come in with an open notebook, clear your mind, have no expectations except to learn. If you do that, you won't fall victim to the bullshit. You will be able to glean from the dean of price action. And I'm telling you, you will be better. This time next year, you will have skill sets that you never thought you were going to have. But it has to be built upon like working out. You know, nobody likes that first workout. It sucks. You get sore. And then you don't want to do it the next day you're supposed to work out. But that's when you're supposed to do it. That's how you got to tear shit up. Okay? And what is that? You're going to be breaking up your preconceived notions about what you think trading is and how you're going to do it. Because every single one of you are going to come in here invariably with the expectation of this is the way you're going to do it. Like it's Have It Your Way mentorships. And I have had so many entitlement-minded individuals come to me and I've kicked their asses out. Either by pressuring them through the same process that everybody else goes through and they can't take it. Or I literally one-on-one tell them, this is where you're fucking up. You keep doing these same things and you have to attack that. That's your root problem. And when they fix that, suddenly they're a good student. They can learn. Oh, you just don't want to take the responsibility for not being a good teacher. No, I know where my limitations are, but I also know and I can identify someone that's not prepared to learn. There's so many things you don't even discover about yourself yet that it's going to be an impediment. You don't know you yet. That's the defining moment for every trader, knowing where the fuck up resides inside of you, because all of us have it. I have it. You have it. You may not want to agree or even identify it yet, but it's there. That's the gambler. There's three people in us. Okay. The analyst, the person, that's your conscience, really. Okay. In the average daily life, it's your conscience. You know damn well you shouldn't be doing certain things. And when you hear that internal voice say, don't do that, you know, if you do that, this shit's going to come back and bite you in the ass. But you don't listen to it and you just do it, right? Then what happens? You got repercussions. You have consequences. So you want to listen to the conscience. Now, what's the conscience in a trader? That's the analyst. That's the person that has sound logic. These are the rules. You have to stick to them. Okay. The trader is the individual inside you that trusts the analyst, that the analyst's logic is the right way of doing it. And then what are the rules? I only engage on these time frames, on this logic, using the insight from the analyst because I trust the analyst. And then you have Rodney Dangerfield, okay? The gambler in all of us, the person that just says, you know what? I haven't been respected enough today. I got to go out here and lose some fucking money. I got to be recognized. I got to go out here and do something today to put myself on the map. I got to go out here and do max daily loss in my dormant account. Okay, you got to be a gambler. That gambler shit doesn't make a career. It ends them. It defers real growth and learning, and it causes mental anguish that literally can bend and warp you. And in the weakest of minds can cause you to make poor choices about being on this spinning rock. Yes, it can happen. I know people that aren't here anymore, and you don't want to have these markets have that much control and empowerment over you. You're here to master yourself. You're not mastering the markets. I'm not a master of the markets. I'm not a king. I'm not a goat. Okay, I'm not the greatest of all times. I am ICT. I'm the inner circle trader, and I know what I know. That's it. That's it. That's all I claim. I claim that I understand the market delivery better than any other medium or approach to trading or analysis concepts. And I think if anybody spends enough time with me, that's pretty much a given. You don't have to like me as the person. And I promise you, you only got to spend one more year with me. If you don't know what you're doing yet and you don't like me as a person, you don't like my disposition or whatever, that's fine. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here for friends. I'm here to have a clean conscience and know that I have done everything I promised I would do if I was gifted with this, and I have been gifted. I've been in places, rubbed shoulders with people you'll never meet, and look at what I'm able to do. That's a testimony to that. You don't have to believe that now. When you start doing it yourself, then you're going to start thinking, where the hell did this really come from? Yeah, that's when it gets really interesting. Yep. You'll be talking to yourself in the car, having conversations about shit that you didn't think about right now. Yep. It's going to happen. Trust me, it's going to happen. Some of you probably already do. Like, what the hell? Yeah. I have character flaws within me that cause me to overanalyze and kind of like predict the questions that my viewers would have. And it will cause me to defer my attention away from what is the most important thing, is what's the market doing. Look how easy it is for me to just veer off of a topic. And you think I'm going to go out here and do a live stream and buy and sell in front of you and be able to explain everything and have everybody ask me questions. And I tried that in 2016 with my first mentorship. I tried really hard. I couldn't focus. I couldn't do it. And that was a big, big bitter pill for me, because at the time I was thinking, shit, I got this. This is nothing for me. I'm ICT, for fuck's sake, man. Watch this. Yeah, watch it. I was struggling. I couldn't focus. I couldn't do it. And even with my own son next to me, I can't focus if he's talking to me. Like, I gotta have complete and utter silence. I can't have it. I'll explain it after I've done something, and once I know what I'm looking for and what I've done, and I've set the stop. I know what I'm looking for my first partial. I have time to work within some measure of dialogue. You don't know if you have that weakness yet. You don't know if you have a weakness at all. Some of you might be exceptionally very versed in handling all these things and risk. And you might be the very superstar that some of you think I am. But if you don't go in with the right mindset and manage all of your expectations and the outside bullshit that's going to come, what have you been doing with the ICT stuff since you've been messing around with it? What's your MyFX book look like? Show me your statements. Show me your full transparency community card membership. You're doing all the wrong things. If you haven't even learned how to trade yet, you're worried about all the dumb shit. Trust me, you learn how to trade and you do well, you can plug yourself into all that stuff and you will stand out, because there's no standouts right now. There's nobody exceptionally well standing out there being full transparent, killing it, extremely precise, and mild-mannered and not egotistical. At least I haven't seen that. If you know somebody, just let me know. I'd like to see them. I'd like to watch them. I like that. I support people like that, because that's what this industry should see more of. But some of you are going to probably do all the wrong things, and you're going to go in not wanting to do that, but you're going to get caught up in all the bullshit, the image, the pomp, the real quick money of stardom and fame and celebrity. I don't want that. Like, it intimidates me now, knowing that 424,000 people know my name, let alone listen to me. Believe me, like, I tried this whole Twitter space here, and I started off pretty good, didn't I? No F-bombs. I didn't lose control of my tongue. But as soon as I start talking about all these goobers, it just comes out. I can't help it. But that's a character flaw. I'm not proud of that. Some of you think it's like I'm beating my chest thinking I'm cool because I sometimes use colorful language. I wish I didn't. It's ugly language. You know what it shows? It shows my inability to be able to control my speech in a way where I can speak eloquently and not need to go there. But because I'm blue collar, true and true, I don't have the control sometimes to be able to see that I'm going to go off the rails. And sometimes I just want to say it because I feel like you get my intensity by saying it the way I say it. At least I feel like I've conveyed it that way. And after the fact, when I've made the mistake of listening to some of my Twitter spaces, it's cringy. It's cringy as shit, because it's like, man, this is ratchet ass ICT. Like, this guy, who would want to have an ICT mentorship like that, or a mentor like that? But that's the reality. I'm a human being. I have flaws like all of you do. You're thinking, some of you are thinking, okay, ICT's really dialed in. This cat's got it figured out. He's crack the matrix. He's programmed the algorithm. He is the algorithm. He's Mr. Everything. He's Mr. Wonderful in trading. Okay, he's the market himself. He's literally promising he's going to call the markets minute by minute, one candle at a time. He's going to say where the market's going to go. He's going to say exactly why it shouldn't do certain things. Well, guess what that means? I'm going to hook up with ICT's brainwaves, and I'm going to push the button on my live account or my funded account, regardless of which one it is. And you're going to be encouraged because you're going to make money. And that's going to be the ticket to making your spouse understand why the fuck you're doing what you're doing. It's going to encourage you to keep going to that menial job that you can't fucking stand, working around people you can't stand to be around. I'm here to give you a sober reminder. That's not the right way to look at this. Because as good as that might sound right now, you don't have the experience that I have. You're going to make the mistake of getting in something that I'm talking about. And I'm going to be comfortable with letting it go and just move. You're not going to be comfortable because I'm going to be silent. You're going to be begging for me to be talking. What about that candle right there? Oh shit, that's a doji. This is on a reverse. But ICT's probably going off and looking in his refrigerator. He's probably eating something right now. He's probably walking his dog. He don't give a shit about us. He's not talking. I'm merely in his trade. Fuck ICT, please. I wish I had his phone number. Let me call him up. You're going to be texting me on Twitter. Freaking out because you did something you're not supposed to be in. And some of you already know that's what you're going to do. If you know that is the case, listen, please listen to me. Don't do that. The only thing you're going to learn is fear and anxious. Trading with fear and anxiety is not the way to do this. The whole point that I'm extending myself for this coming year is for you to trust that we're here together as a community. I'm lending you my experience. I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen in the marketplace, and we're going to watch it live. That's tape reading. You're not expected to push a button. You're not going to be graded. It's not a failure. It's not a success. It's observing and retaining logic, understanding why price should perform a specific way. If you don't know what it's going to do, and you don't know what I'm going to say about it, why the hell would you want to put money at risk? Why would you want to do that? Regardless of what pain threshold you're feeling right now because of times being hard and not being able to meet ends meet, and maybe you're feeling an identity crisis. Maybe trading isn't for you. Maybe you're struggling with letting go of it. This isn't going to be the fix for it, pushing a button based on what I'm saying. You don't want to do that. Some of the greatest lessons you're going to learn is if I happen to get it wrong, you're going to see it. You're going to understand why you got it wrong, why I got it wrong. And you're going to see that it's going to be far and few between. And it's nothing to worry about. All of you have to stop trying to encapsulate your entire career on 1 week's worth of trading or one trade. And I know what that feels like. I've done that. I've done it. I know exactly what it feels like to do that. Because you need to feel significant. You need to feel confirmed that you're at the right place doing the right thing with your life. And damn it, nobody's going to stop you. But you will. You are formidable. And you are absolutely strong enough to deny yourself of any of this success. You can absolutely end yourself before you even get a chance to really make an honest attempt at it. And I've watched hundreds of thousands of people do that. Think about that. There's a lot of people that subscribe to that 2022 mentorship in the beginning. Look at the first couple videos. Man, it's like way up there in the views, right? And then watch what happens after the fourth, the fifth, the views drop off. What took place? Some of them said, well, I figured it out. I watched up to the third video. Now it's all there. Those same individuals that say that on Twitter, oh, you only need to watch the first couple videos. I would put $1 million that they're not profitable. They're talking shit. They're pretending. They're fantasy football traders on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'm not trying to be mean to you if you are one of them. I'm just reminding you, I'm yoking your ass up right now and saying, listen, son, you're doing it wrong. Stop pretending. Do it the right way. Learn how to do it so that way you can walk like a man instead of trying to talk like one, but living like a grade school person on social media. It's not important for people to look up to you, because even when you're making millions of dollars, nobody's really going to look up to you anyway. They're not. Some of you think that that's going to be that's it. That's going to put me on the pedestal and people are going to really finally appreciate me. They're going to not give a fuck what you have. They don't care. They don't care. Your friends and family aren't going to care that much about you. In fact, much like my own family and friends, they were like, dude, like, why don't you just give me shit for free? You can afford it. Well, no. No, because I tried to tell them come up with me and they didn't want to go, but then they want to have a free ride after I struggled for all those years coming up. No, you don't get that. And I lost a lot of friends that way. And I don't hang around certain family members because they view me like that. They didn't encourage me. And then when I got it, they're like, well, why don't you do something for me? You got all that kind of money. Fuck you. Why didn't you support me when I was needing some kind of support? There was no support structure around me. None. So I try to be the best I can for my students. And I'm not always going to come off high polished. But I'm just the right kind of guy at the right kind of moment when you're honest with yourself. Some of you like to refer to me as like the dad figure. Well, it makes sense because I'm talking to, in my mind, my sons. And they need to be talked to sometimes like this, like dads sometimes do. I needed to hear these things and I didn't get it. I didn't have it. So I try to manifest myself in your learning the way I would have loved to have had a mentor talk to me, encourage me, remind me fucking up is part of it.